UFC Fight Night and UFC Vegas 61, Dern versus Yan, just took place last night. I'm going to go through the full card recap, starting with the early prelims, ending with the main event. And I'll give my full my full card recap, and I'll react to every single fight that took place, starting with the early prelim opener of Guido Cannetti versus Randy Costa. Guido Cannetti won, and I was worried, but I was like, I already knew Costa was pathetic, and he would quit, and he didn't really quit here, but Guido Cannetti was just too much for him. Like, he was landing big leg kicks early on Randy Costa. I think he dropped him off balance twice. I think that second one where he fell off balance, got himself caught, left his back open, and guess what? What did he do? He went for a rear naked choke and got the job done. Randy Costa should be cut from the UFC now. He's pathetic. I mean, who is he beating? Who was he really beating? Let's be real. He beat Journey Newson, Boston Salmon. Journey Newson's alright. Boston Salmon's pathetic. Let's cut him from the UFC. Don't care. Tony Kelly just recently got cut, so let's cut him. The guy that lost to Tony Kelly. So yeah, moving. Good win from Guido, though. Guido. Good win, man. Guido looked good. It's a good performance. Moving on up the card. Let's move on. Chelsea Chandler versus Julia Stolyarenko. Nothing really on early on. I mean, nothing was really going on. I picked Chelsea Chandler to win this one by decision. I picked Guido, by the way, as well. But Chelsea Chandler, she went out there looking for a finish. She's a good fighter. She looked like the female's Nate Diaz before the fight start. Let's be real. But, yeah, Chelsea Chandler went out there, landed some shots, took the fight to the ground, and started beating up Julia Stolyarenko, and got the job done. So, a good win from Chelsea Chandler. Moving on, up the card, to Brendan Allen versus Krzysztof Jotko. Great performance by Allen, man. Really good win. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect him to make it that look easy. I didn't expect him to make it look that easy. But Brendan Allen went out there and showed like he's a capable fighter. This actually shows how good Jacob Malkoun really is. Because Malkoun arguably could have beaten Brendan Allen, even though he didn't. I think Allen won that on damage. But Allen, man, is a very good fighter. He's 26. Dude can actually maybe beat something because he only lost to Chris Curtis. He got caught. Whatever. Things happen. And he only lost to Sean Strickland. Two guys that are really good. He might have to fight one more guy, but he looked good against Krzysztof Jotko. I mean, he added some shots early on. Jotko, I think, took him down. Then I think he scrambled it, was on top, and then didn't waste any time. I mean, Jotko, when he was on top of Allen, was just doing nothing. Let's be real. And Allen really strong in those scrambles and those exchanges on the ground. And eventually found the rear naked choke. Tapped out Krzysztof Jotko. And Jotko's no joke. So good win from Allen. He called out Andre Muniz for the Rio card. For the Brazil card. And that sounds good to me. Allen versus Muniz. That's a great fight. They should do that. Because that would actually test. And honestly, Allen probably could win that. If he's a massive underdog. He probably gets out grappled though, but Muniz nothing really on the feet, and Allen arguably has better boxing than Muniz. And he also called out Fluffy Hernandez, Anthony Hernandez. I think Hernandez beat him before in the regional scenes. So yeah, they could do that as well. But I like Allen Muniz. That's a good fight. Let's do that fight. But he might not get it because he lost to Curtis, which is gonna hold him back. But good win from Allen. Moving on up the card. Joaquim Silva versus Jesse Ronson. Good win, Joaquim Silva. That was a good win. I think he kind of tricked Jesse Ronson, if I'm honest with you. He kind of tricked him. And he tricked him to landing with a big lead knee to a rear knee and knocked out Jesse Ronson. It says flying knee here. I really don't think it was a flying knee. But I get it. But it wasn't kind of in the... I don't know. It could have been... It was kind of like a tricked knee. But, of course, Tapology not going to put trick knee. But, yeah, good win. Joaquim Silva. Round 1, I think, could be him because he dropped Jesse Ronson in the end with a knee, even though Ronson outlanded him. This is kind of the situation with Dominic Cruz versus Marlon Vera. Like, knockdowns matter. I know a lot of strikes count. I know a lot of strikes in one round can count, but a knockdown can change everything. So I think round 1 can go Silva, and round 2 he got the finish. So regardless, he won. Time to cut Jesse Ronson from the UFC. Moving on up the card. Good one, Joaquim, now. Moving on up the card. Ilir Latifi versus Alexei Oleinik. Just nothingness, if I'm honest with you. Basically nothingness. Yeah. Nothingness in Oleinik Latifi. Latifi went out there and he just positionally out-controlled Oleinik for 3 rounds. Positionally out-controlled him. And just got better wrestling exchanges. I mean, round 3, I think could be maybe an Oleinik round. If I'm honest with you, I mean, round 3 is a bit of a comeback round, but Latifi had a good moment at the end. And first 2 rounds are Latifi. I picked Latifi to win this one. He got the job done. He says he's retired. Why? You're on a 2-fight winning streak. You beat Boser and Oleinik now, and could have beaten Derek Lewis. Honestly, according to the rules, he should have won that fight against Derek Lewis. So if I'm Latifi, man, look at this. If I'm him, why go? You beat Boser. You beat Oleinik. Look at, if Arlovsky beats, who's Arlovsky fighting? Andrei Arlovsky. Maybe do the Andrei Arlovsky fight. Andrei Arlovsky. He has a fight against someone, which is Marcos Rodrigo de Lima. Yeah, if he wins that one, or if de Lima wins, let's do the winner versus that. Or do Latifi versus Blagoy Ivanov or something dumb like that. Or Augusto Sakai. But good win from, not Sakai, he's a bit, Sakai's unranked now. Just do him Sakai. Whoever. Sakai, Blagoy Ivanov, winner of Arlovsky versus de Lima. Good, sounds good to me. Don't retire, Latifi. That sucks. But, yeah. Sucks. But a bad fight. Moving on up the card. Daniel Santos versus John Castaneda. Santos, man. The mini Charles Oliveira. I mean, at first, I knew he was training at Oliveira's gym. But, man, he's such a mini Charles Oliveira. Like he won, but if he lost this, that kind of would have freaking been sad. Because Oliveira almost loses, but he don't lose. And he came back and won. Showed great cardio. Good from Daniel Santos. I mean, this shows how good Julio Arce is to just beat him. But Santos is good. I thought John Castaneda would be a threat here early, and he was. He dropped Daniel Santos with good head kicks early on, Leon Edwards style. And yeah, I thought Castaneda would have been something. He ruined Miles Johns for nothing. But at least we have Santos to look forward to. How old's Santos? Oh shit, I'm on TikTok by accident. How old's Santos? I think he's old. 27. Oh, I thought one of these guys were like 32 or something. But he's 27. When is he turning 28? March. Okay, we have time. Turn him around for the Brazil card again. Let's go. Let's do this. Brazil card. Let's go. Moving on. I got someone. Moving on up the card to the main card. Mike Davis versus Vyacheslav Borshev. I picked Borshev. I don't know why I did. I don't know why I picked Trevin Jones as well. Like, I picked a lot of weird underdogs in this card. I'm going to be more spot on who I pick next time. But, yeah. I picked Borshev to get a quick KO early. And to be fair, he was landing good combinations on Mike Davis. And let's be real, getting the better of the stand-up exchanges. Because he won the 3rd round on damage. But just the first 2 rounds. I scored this 29-27. I think round 1 could be a 10-8 for Davis. Because he was landing shots and he kind of hurt Vyacheslav Borshev at one point. It's just sad, though, for Borshev, isn't it? It's sad, because he lost to Jacasey. Maybe we can say, he was just not really an off night, but he just doesn't have any takedown defense. But he's so good on the feet. Like, he is underrated on the feet. He gets clipped here and there, but it's part of his style, let's be real. I mean, Oliveira gets clipped here and there, speaking of him. Oliveira gets clipped here and there. Of course, you're going to get clipped sometimes. But on the feet, he's actually technically skilled. And it sucks because he has no takedown defense. And Mike Davis won. Mike Davis said it will get me 100K followers on Instagram. I think he has like 32K on Instagram. And I'll fight 4 times in 1 year. 4 times in 2023. Shut the fuck up with the bait, Mike Davis. If you don't want to fight, then don't fight then. Alright? Don't fucking fight. Alright? Up to you. You're the one that backs out of these fights. Medic backed out. You backed out of the Herbert fight. You backed down the Chikadze fight, I think. Davis withdrew. Davis injury. Against Danny Henry. Probably Henry. Yeah, Henry withdrew. You ducked Giga Chikadze. You ducked Jai Herbert. So yeah, screw off Mike Davis then. You're not going to get 100K fall. Maybe if you got brutal KO here, yeah, maybe, but you're not going to get from that performance. So yeah, frick Mike Davis. He can go you should get lost, in my opinion. But yeah, good win for Mike Davis, though. He's a good fighter. Moving on up the card. Sodiq Yusuff versus Don Shainis. Shameless Don Shameless. Shameless. More like shameful. I'm just joking. Yeah, embarrassing from Don Shainis. But it's Sodiq Yusuff. Sodiq is good, man. Like, I thought Sodiq, alright. This was, okay, Alex Caceres is underratedly good then. What the hell? But he fought, no. He fought a bum here. It's not like he fought like, he fought Bryce Mitchell. Like, no. Like, he fought Don Shainis. And he won. But, good performance, though. This was a good win from Sodiq Yusuff. Really good win. He's a good fighter. If he rebooks the fight with Giga Chikadze, I'll pick him to out-grapple Chikadze. He'll beat Chikadze. Because on the feet, I know Caceres did alright against what's his name, Yusuff. But I think leg kicks. But Caceres is weird and he's awkward. Chikadze's kind of like kick heavy. It's not like he's gonna one punch KO you. You know? So I think he beats Chikadze if they fight and rebook that, and I think they should rebook it. He called out Korean Zombie. Yeah, let's not do that. Alright. Zombie deserves a good retirement fight. Or he might be retired now, but he might look for one more. So shut up, Yusuff, and fight Chikadze now. You're 29 years old. He's 29. He's still young. He could be something from Nigeria. But, yeah. Lost to Arnold Allen. Not bad loss at all. Yeah, good win from Yusuff, man. Really good win. Early on, landed good knees to the body on Shainis. So, even if that guillotine did not work, he still invested with the knees early on. So, yeah, good win for Sodiq Yusuff. Moving on up the card. Raoni Barcelos versus Trevin Jones. I don't know why I picked Jones. I said he would KO Barcelos, but Barcelos, he looked good. This shows how good Victor Henry is. But Raoni Barcelos looked good out there. He did look good. I mean, he landed some shots. He just destroyed Trevin Jones for 3 rounds. I think Barcelos landed a good. He rocked Trevin Jones here and there. Landed shots. And yeah. He landed shots here and there on Trevin Jones. And rocked him and then landed a good knee. A flying knee right on the chin of Trevin Jones. Jones has an underratedly good chin. But Barcelos was just too much each round. And I think it's now time to cut Trevin Jones from the UFC. Time to cut him away. It's time to cut him from the UFC. So yeah, good win from Barcelos. Really good win, though. Moving on up the card. Randy Brown versus Francisco Trinaldo. These last 2 fights are weird decisions in some people's eyes. I'll break them down. But Brown Trinaldo. It's tough to say, because this is a weird one. Trinaldo definitely won the 3rd round. Definitely. I picked Randy Brown to win this one. And Brown definitely won the 1st round. Easily. He had like a moment at the end of the 1st round. Like a submission attempt, and he dropped Trinaldo early on in the fight. Trinaldo, okay, I'll break down the decision. But Brown was cheating early in this fight. I'll give you that. He's a cheater. freaking dirty cheater. I'll get to him. Trinaldo can win this fight, but this is close. I might have to rewatch it again, but this is a really close fight. And Randy Brown, Chaos Williams, I think that was a pretty clear decision for Chaos because it was a close fight, but Chaos dropped him. He dropped him in the third round. So I think you got to give that again to Chaos. But Brown's good, and I do like Randy Brown. But round 2, Brown was landing more shots, but Trinaldo kept missing. This is the problem. He kept missing a lot in round 2. I don't mind the decision, but I also think Trinaldo, he should have used more grappling instead of striking looking for a KO. That's what I would have done if I was him, but yeah, Randy Brown won't go far, in my opinion. He won't go far. Like, if he fights Chiesa, I'm going Chiesa there. Chiesa will win that. It's not like Brown has one-punch KO power. Like, he does. He puts away Alex Oliveira, but that's Alex Oliveira. Of course he'll put him down. Chiesa probably out-grapples him. Let's be real. He'll struggle, Brown. He won't go far, but yeah. Brown, I'm not complaining of the decision, no. Not like a massive robbery, but it can go either way. Legit, it can go either way, but I think Brown could maybe win it. Good win, Randy Brown, though. Sucks for Trinaldo. But yeah, Goat Naldo, we like to call him. And yeah, moving on to the main event. Yan Xiaonan versus Mackenzie Dern. I went with Mackenzie Dern to win this one. I think Yan Xiaonan won. I think she won 3-2 as well, winning round 1, winning round 3 and round 4. 2 and 5 can go Dern, but a lot of people say like maybe 10-8. I think round 2 is the argument. Round 5 it could be a thing, and maybe, but it was competitive round 5, and it wasn't like Dern smashed her in round 5. Round 1 I think was clear Yan Xiaonan, just letting the better shots. Round 3 was hers as well. I think she rocked Mackenzie Dern at one point, and round 4 is hers as well. Round 2 could be argument, but this is what I think. If you think this fight went to Yan Xiaonan, normal. It can go her way. If you think this fight was a draw, a little bit dumb, but there could be some world where it's kind of accurate. If you think Mackenzie Dern won and got the W over Yan Xiaonan, you're absolutely brain dead. I mean, there's some simps out there that think Dern won. Of course, there'll be them simps out there thinking Dern won. But Yan Xiaonan, I think, won it. I mean, there could be women in 10-8 round, and this is what I think. Someone out there needs to make a video from the UFC company. And from the rule set. What is women 10-8 rounds? Because men is like damage, and women don't really give damage so much often. Dern could get 10-8 in the second, and she was going for sub attempts, but Yan Xiaonan stayed in there. I picked Dern to win this, and to be honest, I should have went Yan Xiaonan. It was It was logical to go with Yan Xiaonan, but because she's way better on the feet. But I thought she was way worse on the ground, but she was tough. She still got exposed on the ground yet again, but she was tough in the submission. She didn't quit. She could have just quitted. Let's be real. But yeah, Yan Xiaonan can win this fight. If you can't give Dern the win, I don't think. But it could be a draw. That's why it's a majority decision. It could be a draw. Draw or Yan win. That's my only thing. You can't say Dern won. And if anyone won, Yan won. So yeah, good win, Piotr Yan. I'm joking. Yan Xiaonan. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Pretty card. It kind of got worse when it went on, but yeah, good, decent card. No card next week again. And we will come back to Araújo Grasso. Great. Who cares? No one cares. No one actually cares. Other than Grasso Sims yet again. The card after that, though, UFC 280. Let's go. Just gotta get through this shit. Man. Gotta get through. Break off again. Another week off. And then, what's it called? Grasso Araújo. Yeah. Peace.